Whoop! Look out!
Hello everybody, my name is Elena Star Bunny, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about LGBT coming out video. This was one in a poll I had in my YouTube commentary. Oops, sorry, I mean YouTube community tags, yeah. So, alright, I'm gonna get to the point. It all started around 15. Yeah, age 15, it was when a lot of things were basically coming to the realization of me. So basically around this time, I was having gender questioning, and the reason why was because I didn't like when somebody told me that this specific thing was meant for a girl and that this specific thing was meant for a guy. Because the thing is, if you were a guy and you did something that were feminine related, a lot of people will call you gay or transgender or like a whole bunch of stuff. And really, for like a little kid, they don't really know that these things are normal, so it mostly hurts them. For me, well, it did hurt me when I was growing up, but then eventually later on, once I realized the term gender fluid, that I can be both male and female and still have both of those traits, that I can pretty much do whatever I want, and then it just makes me feel like me. And at the end of the day, I feel like that being gender fluid really reflects my personality on YouTube, because not only I can talk about things that relate to the male and the female audience, I can relate to the people who also share the exact same experience that I face. When I was around 15, I would do a couple of girly things, and that would be watching My Little Pony, liking the color pink, and plushies. Okay, so the plushie things can be really stretched. When you're a guy and have a lot of plushies, it's kind of weird. But when you're a female and you have a lot of plushies, it's less weird apparently. And I have a lot of plushies, as you can see from the plush videos I do. And like, I'm not saying that anybody that has plushies is considered, well, female or gay or anything, but it's just not really traditional for men. And if you disagree with that, then by all means you can disagree with that, because I also think it's kind of dumb for men to not have like stuffed animals and stuff. I think it's just weird. When it pretty much came to the My Little Pony show, I just liked it because, you know, like, I watched it and every single episode did not make me feel sad, and it was a really comforting show to like just watch like in the mornings. And I don't know if a lot of people can relate to this, but I would have a lot of friends, and whenever it was time for us to play a game and we had the options to pick a male or a female character, I would always pick male before, but they would always pick female. And the weirdest part is that there are straight male gender identifying people picking female characters, and I thought that was weird back then. But now in video games I play as female characters, usually because female characters have like better clothing compared to the male characters, or at least you know, that's like in my opinion. I played Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I got Violet because, well, it was a birthday gift. I chose the female character thinking I had more options for clothing, but at the end of the day it didn't really matter, because not only I can just switch to the hairstyle I want, but like, there's no clothing options that much, to be honest. Because if you play as a male, you can dress as a female. If you play as a female, you can dress as a male. That's pretty cool, but it sucks when we don't have access to clothing. Alright, so now it comes to sexuality. When it comes to sexuality, it have changes many different times before. Originally it was from being bisexual, but then after having, I guess, crushes on people who don't identify as male or female, it kind of made me question more about myself, because I was like, do I really like only male and female? So even to this day, I don't know which term I like to use the most. Technically, I could go underneath the category of pansexual and omnisexual, because I don't really mind gender roles specifically. Like, if you're somebody who is male, female, non-binary, or just like, you know, whatever, of like the many different genders a person can have apparently, I don't really see it as like a problem in a relationship or anything. And honestly, it just doesn't change on how I really see a person. When it came to how I realized I was, well, this way, was because I had crushes on females, because, well, that's like the most common thing. But then it switched to males, and then I fell in love with people who were transgender. So that's how I realized that I was not 100% straight. But yeah, pretty much these were the things that made me, well, me. When it comes to you, when it comes to situations like these, I really the best thing you can do is tell somebody that you can trust on how you feel and get a better understanding of romantic relationships, so you know that what you want in the future will be what you want. So like, it's so that you don't do anything that you regret later on in life. Before I even made YouTube, you know, a lot of people call me he and him. You know, like, it's not that bad. You know, I saw people call me it now. It doesn't bother me that much, but what I prefer to be called is she, they, or if you have me on Discord, it would be that bitch. Like, I would just prefer to be called those rather than just he, him. And the thing is, when it comes to my YouTube channel, I mean, y'all pretty much hear my voice on how it can pretty much change from sounding like this to all of a sudden sounding like Pico all of a sudden. Yeah. And that's because, well, not only I sing, I do voice acting, so it kind of helps making your voice lighter naturally. It doesn't hurt me or anything, it's just something that I build up. And the reason why I use this voice the most in commentaries like these, it's so that because it matches my character a bit, because if I were to use my normal voice, or like the voice I just can normally do, you know, it just doesn't match the character, so I learned how to make my voice a little bit lighter. It's how do I say this? It's not that much of a problem. I mean, I like sounding like this. It's like the only time where I can feel like me, but it does create confrontation on, like, you know, whether or not if I sound like this or not. And really, I don't know, to be honest. I mean, this is how I kind of want to sound. I kind of want to sound a little bit more feminine, and as like. And as like you watch throughout the channel, you can pretty much see my like OC changing over time from being like male to like more femboyish to just female at this point. And pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much all I had to talk about. Oh yeah, I forgot, making this video, how do I say this? My OC is gonna look different than what I drew it originally. That's because I realized I did not make a commentary video in a while, and I just decided to update my art again. It's been really hard to make commentary videos and not switch your art all the time, because in the end it makes me feel bad, because like y'all don't see me the exact same way all the time. I hope this video kind of helps people on whether or not if you are LGBT or not. And if you are, don't worry, you know, it's a natural thing that you're questioning yourself. Just make sure that you don't do anything that could like harm you or make the life that you don't want it to be. Anyways, thank you for watching, and laters.